Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about groups of people that I think are heavily underrepresented in our society and why I think that. So the first group is woman. I think it is sexist when a woman's name changes from Miss to Mrs. when married, but men's name stays Mr. I believe that is because we live in a patriarchy, and this small change indicates that, a woman is taken and that a guy can't, get with her. And I think that is just further objectifying women's role in society. You don't need to treat women like slaves. They need to be taken care of. Women can take care of themselves. There is no excuse for sexualizing someone for literally just existing. Even if you think they're attractive, even if they're like an anime character, like saying weird things about their body, if that correlates to a real person's, whether it's a guy or a girl, like if you wouldn't say it to a real person, I don't think you should say that about a fictional character. Killua from Hunter x Hunter, oh my god, there are so many grown women that are like simping over him, and he's literally like, he looks like a fetus, he's like 10 years old. Male SA victims, okay, so there are so many cases where young men would get assaulted, even like publicly, even like on videotape, and nobody would do or say anything because it's just a boy, and he probably liked it, which is such a weird thing to say, but some people do say that. I remember there being like a YouTube like social experiment where they showed like a really little girl getting married to a much older man, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, like that's so crazy. So they switched it to a young boy with a much older woman, and they were like, oh, he's got so much play, he's got so much game. Like, people think it's okay just because it's a boy. It's not okay. It's never okay. SA victims as a whole, CPS could not be a worse organization for kids being abused. CPS will hear those allegations, will hear those kids like pleading for help. They will either side with the abuser or just make the situation completely worse. And trust me, I know, because I remember going to CPS and thinking, oh, they're gonna help me, and they were like, basically they harassed me about what had happened, and made me feel very uncomfortable, and they didn't show any sense of empathy, any remorse. They're just like, oh, and then they tried to like put the blame on me, I don't know if it was just that guy, but I feel like CPS in general is just kind of weird, like the way that they operate. And I've seen so many other kids like go to CPS and they just like wouldn't do anything. I remember CPS went to the person that had assaulted me in the past, and they went to that person. They were like, oh, kids will be kids. Kids make up stuff all the time. They make up stories, and I was never heard. Nobody believed me. Even some people in my own family, they didn't listen to my story at all. They were just like, oh, you're just making it up. And then they went and testified to CPS that I was just making it up. They don't really do anything. They don't really care about kids' safety. Oh, blatant male sexism. I do not understand how people think it's okay to put women on a pedestal and say that men are the problem, because trust me, if a random guy on the street could fix the world we live in and make it a safer place for women, that would be great. But it's just not that easy. Instead of putting men down, we should be uplifting each other, working towards a better future instead of ignoring people's individual stories. Men can be victims, and saying that, oh, well, we live in a patriarchy, so men can't possibly be victims. Like, no. Not every single man in the world is supportive of that patriarchy, and a lot of them also don't have the money or the ability to change it even if they wanted to. Yeah, praising men for the bare minimum. I see women slaving away day and night while the man sits there doing nothing because he has a job. I've seen households where the wife was the main breadwinner and the woman was still expected to cook and clean because that's her role in the marriage. And have y'all seen those videos where guys will be like, as a guy, happy Women's Day, or as a guy, I support this message or something, and the girls will be like replying to it like, girls, we need to protect this man, something like that. That is literally the bare minimum. You're praising men for the bare minimum. And why are we praising men for showing basic human decency? That is encouraging the patriarchy. The other thing is, I might get canceled for this, but normalize racism and putting black people on a pedestal. I'm an Indian, so I obviously do not mind when a certain race is being acknowledged and when someone's heritage is celebrated, because that's a good thing, obviously. But I have heard so many people try to say that my ancestors took braiding their hair from black people, and that black people have invented every hairstyle. And I get it, like there are hairstyles with African or Black American origin, and that's lovely. Like we support, we respect. But when I try to celebrate my heritage, people, especially on social media, will make very weird comments about how Indians are gross and India's bad and weird and how we're all chud. And nobody really ever speaks up for us, you know? People are all like, oh, black people are the most underrepresented. No, I do agree that black people have experienced a lot of discrimination and horrible things in history that are not good at all. But, you know, other races have experienced things too, and I don't like how when a black person says, oh, I went through this, everyone's like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, black people have to go through so much. And then when an Indian person's like, hey, we also have problems, people are like, why are you trying to take the attention away from black people? Like, and it's not okay to, you know, call us stinky Indians. Like, that's not even funny. People are like, oh, you can't take a joke. It's like, hello? Another thing is trans people. I have a very long one for this because trans people are so underrepresented, guys. I don't see anyone talking about this, but I get it. Most of the LGBTQ gets talked about a lot. That's what conservatives say to me every single day. But the moment it comes to trans people, everyone is so hush-hush about it. What I mean is people are so under the illusion that anyone who has a gender that fits outside the binary, or if they just don't identify with what they were assigned, that they're mentally ill. Even people who try to speak up about it just get called sensitive because being trans isn't that important. This makes people feel embarrassed. People are afraid of being ridiculed, and so it makes it hard to speak up for trans rights. There's even a guy named Richard on TikTok that some dudes are trying to like prank at Walmart, and they were repeatedly calling him a ma'am. And he asked them to stop, and they just like kept repeating it, and he got like upset, and all the comments were just making fun of him and trans people as a whole, and like recreating it and like turning it into some meme. Literally just someone defending their pronouns and what they want to go by. And anyone who commented that it was like rude or unjust just got called sensitive, or like you're taking it too literally. And this kind of desensitization, I don't know how to say that, through memes makes it hard to speak up for those that need support out of fear that one might be ridiculed or left out. However, there's no excuse for being transphobic, meme or not. I see this same thing happening with the Epstein files. This is a little bit back, but it still is here, so I think it counts. I didn't even know that Epstein was a criminal until way later because how many people were making jokes and memes about him. Like, I genuinely did not know what was going on. And I feel like the same thing is happening with Ava Chris Tyson. I literally didn't realize she went by Ava because of how many people were misgendering her, saying she's mentally ill or that she's gone downhill. But I don't care how little you respect someone. If you wouldn't misgender a cis woman that commits a crime, you shouldn't be misgendering trans women who commit crimes. Because a lot of people think that if a trans person committed a crime, that they can misgender them, that they don't have to respect their identity. Like, no, they're still their identity. Like, a trans woman is still a woman. If you're gonna go all backwards on that just because they committed a crime, you're literally being transphobic. Even if your friends, you know, want to laugh about it and be ignorant, that doesn't mean that you should do it. You should be the one that stands up for the people who need a voice, that don't have a voice. At the end of the day, these are my opinions, and we can agree to disagree. But if you have an opinion about something, please use your voice. Even if you have 100 followers on TikTok, or 100 subscribers, or like 5 subscribers, or no subscribers, it doesn't matter. Please use your voice. Me and my dad, we had the same exact dream that the USA, United States of America, became a dictatorship. And anyone who spoke up got executed. And I'm not saying this will happen, but please use your voice before it is too late, because we never know how much time we're gonna have left. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my personal takes, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And remember to speak up, remember to use your voice before it's too late. Okay, bye guys.